Hey, what's up, all you amazing geeks and gamers? My name is Brian Donahue, and I am your one-legged GM. Welcome to my stream today. Today we are, of course, doing, since it is Sunday, it is our one-legged layout and design, where I work through usually Adobe InDesign and Photoshop to work on whatever I'm working on at the time. Sometimes it's client projects, sometimes it's my projects, sometimes it's just, a bunch of stuff. So, today we are not working on a client project, we're working on my project. So that today is we are working on the brand new cover for one of my books, Incursion, Faeblade. So, for those of you who don't know, I am an author and game designer. As an author, as a graphic designer, I, of course, generally do my own covers. And I realized that my covers are older. Amura 13, not quite book layout, but cover layout. So, cover design, which is, in my opinion, cooler to see, because you get to see the evolution of stuff. And thank you all for joining. Good to see Danielle in the chat as my moderator. Yeah, so today, my books have not been hitting all the right notes lately because it's been several years since I've laid them out. So we're doing things very differently. We're going to do some new designs. See if that works. It's an ever-evolving thing. So I started with a process last week, although I didn't do it live, but I started with a process of redoing the first book, Incursion Nightmare, and we'll show that as we come. And by the way, ignore the sniffles. Again, it's Michigan. It's 50 degrees out, which means everything that is supposed to be green is starting to become green, which means that my allergies are going to suck. Yeah. So, let's see here. Without further ado, let's launch into the fun stuff. All right. So, let's do this. So what you see here is, I've been working on, as I said, the cover design. Yeah, Danielle, we're supposed to be like 60s for the next couple days, and then it's going to bounce back and forth. But for me, it's shorts weather. So, I forgot the music. Let's turn on the music. See if that actually works. Too loud on my end. And again, with the music, I'm still trying to figure this out, guys. So if it gets too loud or distracting, let me know. But as you can see, so the image on the left for you is the old cover. Let me see if I can position that so my giant face is not blocking that. So that is the old cover. That's what I'm replacing. It was decent for what it was. Really didn't convey a whole lot of what the story is in there. Story, by the way, is a monster hunt, secret government group of monster hunters trying to save the world and not die. Trying being the operative word. Book one is a vampire hunt that goes horribly, awesomely wrong. I can almost tell I've quoted that a few times. So that is cover one. This is the new cover, or will be the new cover as soon as I send them up and upload them. So it's a very stark direction change. And this is based on looking at a lot of similar books on the market, seeing what's selling, seeing what's not. Plus, I got bored with it, so I really wanted to. Yeah, Summer 13. Yeah, it's Michigan weather. It's drunk most of the time. Anyways, but anyway, so the first cover is there. That's Nightmare. That will be upcoming. That will be uploading soon. Soonish. As soon as I get all 3 done, plus the omnibus. So I've got 3 major covers to do. First one is Incursion Nightmare. Incursion Faeblade is what we'll be working on today. And then Incursion Dragonfire, which is the final one. And then the cover for the omnibus, which is all 3 of them in one. And I have some really cool things planned for the omnibus. I think it's going to be really, really fun. Yeah, it's kind of Lake Effect, kind of Jetstream. It's weird. I really wish I was a weather guy, because frankly, then I could be wrong 75% of the time and still get paid. But hey, that's me. So with all that being said, commentary aside, let's jump into our fun designs today. So this right here is my current Faeblade cover. It's nice. A couple things about it. It does take place mostly in Grand Rapids. For those of you who are from Grand Rapids, you should notice the Blue Bridge in the background. The Blue Bridge is a semi-famous regional bridge here, which will still prominently be in the background of the new one if it works right. If not, we'll see. But that's what we're here to find out. So, let's see here. Starting off, first of all, we get rid of that. And we're just going to show the background. So, by the way, when you, just a hint about the background, what you're seeing here, this is the PDF that I get from the printer. The blue shows what is non-printable. It's anything that's in the blue should not be important. The barcode area is important, but I end up moving that, as you can see, down and to the left, or down to the right, sorry. But that's kind of where I start. So here's the background image that is currently there. And we're going to take out all of that. And I love that model a whole lot. However, I'm not using her anymore. So what I'm doing now is I'm getting down to a black cover or black base that I use for the covers. It just makes it way easier to kind of lay stuff out on. So you're going to see some interesting tricks and things here. And again, I will absolutely try to keep up with what's going on in the chat. If I miss you, sorry. Actually, let me rearrange my screen a hair so I can actually see the chat a little bit better. There. That's a little bit bigger. Old eyes. So anyways, so now I can see it a little bit better. Let's see here. So Brian, what are you going to do for the backdrop? Well, I'm not sure yet. Kind of. First thing I'm going to do actually is I'm going to drop this kind of yeah. So this is kind of a grunge look that I really like. Obviously I don't need it that long. So the blue guidelines that are there are kind of laid out so I can know where like the spine is and where the bleeds are supposed to be, that sort of thing. And I'm not worried about going over those right now because I have a really fun little trick that if I link layers eventually, I can cut it off where the black layer is, which is sized appropriately. So I build everything on there, then I squish it down and look at that. Key thing with Photoshop is to try and keep everything as editable as possible. There are certain ways to do that. There are lots of tricks to do that. I have some, others have some. So, yeah, lots of fun stuff going on. So I'm going to start there, but orange is not the appropriate color. As you saw, we're kind of going with a blue teal-ish color. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a hue saturation level, tie it very specifically to this level, to this layer here. Let's find our blue. Nope, not quite. That's pretty good for now. By the way, interesting things about as far as graphics go, if you're doing for print, it's very different than doing it for the web. So web uses what's called RGB, color space, which separates everything into red, green, and blue. The combination of which gets you a little bit of everything, including white or black. White is the equal parts of all of those. Black is the absence of all of those. Print is CMYK, which uses cyan, magenta, yellow, and K, which is black. Because print people are weird. So CMYK, if you combine all those, you get the colors you're looking for. However, you have to really work with it to see. Because it can throw reds off if you're not careful. All kinds of things. Everything we're doing today is in CMYK. However, I'm pulling in RGB assets, which means they may go interesting shades until I correct them. So, let's see here. Next, I want to pull in... No, that's not what I wanted. Books. Which one is it? No. 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 You may see some of these later. That's the one I want right there. That is the amazing Blue Bridge in Grand Rapids, and it's a beautiful shot of the Blue Bridge. But as you can tell, so let me just show you here. So this coloring is in RGB. You can see the brilliant blues and everything. It's gorgeous, right? Now it's all kind of muted because of CMYK. I have to fix that, which I can. But that's some of the difference between RGB and CMYK. And by the way, that is why printing board games and everything requires a fairly deft touch. It's an interesting process. I want that look right there. So first thing we got to do is make it pretty. And I am limiting the hue saturation to that layer specifically. There. So you saw me do an interesting thing here. If I don't limit it to that, then that hue saturation actually filters into the green, which you can see right there. So it changes that blue to green or whatever by limiting it to that, by linking it directly to that layer. Then it limits it. It limits the effects. We do the same thing for the levels here, which is how we're going to really make this thing pop. There we go. That's so much better. Now I really want to play with you, so we're going to create a smart object. Smart object from Photoshop basically takes all that stuff, all the things I just did, and makes them one kind of editable layer. But you can separate it if you need to. So, you're fun. Because I don't know what all I'm going to be doing to it, we're going to play with that. Oh, I forgot that's what I was going to do to it. Yeah. Let's see what I can do. Yeah. Actually, I need to change this before I do that. So, all of that fun stuff that I just did, completely worthless. That's what I need to do. Interestingly, some filters will only work in RGB versus CMYK. So, we're going to open this up in RGB, play a little bit with it. Helps if I unlock the background first. There we go. Fire this up. And let's find something interesting to do with this. Because I don't want a photo on the cover. No. Oh, I kind of like that. Crap, I'm going to have to get rid of the JW Marriott sign up here. Yay. It's fine, I can do that. Oh. No, I like the Van Gogh. Sorry, don't mean to whistle, but it's what I do. Now that we've got a painting look on it, that's not bad at all. Okay, I can work with that. Cool. And while we're playing with this, let's go in here. Where's my spot heal? No. There it is. Glare on my screen. So, there's a lot of interesting tools that Photoshop has. What do you mean there's not enough pixels selected? Oh. No, that's correct. All right, why am I not? Oh. Really? Really? Fine. Alright, I'll fix it in the other one. Move this one over to here. Now I got to go back through and put it where it needs to be. Fix hue, saturation. Levels. That'll work. Smart objects. Well, let's see what happens when we do some blend modes. It's actually not terrible. Well, let's leave it. All right. What did I use last time? Nope, that's not it. Filter.
My grandfather's clock was too large for the shelf, so it stood 90 years on the floor. It was taller by half than the old man himself, though it weighed a penny.
All right, let's see here.
It was bought on the morn of the day that he was born. It was always his treasure and pride, but it stopped short, never go again when the old man died. 90 years.
Let's do.
Tick tock, his life seconds numbering. Tick tock, but it stopped short, never to go again when the old
Find edges. Wrong one. Let's do this.
swing to and fro. Many hours had he spent while a boy, and in childhood and manhood the clock seemed to know and to share both his grief and his joy. For it struck 24 when he entered in the door with a blooming and beautiful bride, but it stopped short, never to go again when the old man died. 90 years.
Oh, I don't hate that at all.
Tick tock, his life seconds numbering. Tick tock, but it stopped.
Yeah, let's try that.
Never to go again when the old man died. My grandfather said that of those
Yeah.
not a servant
So the interesting thing is getting.
wasted no time, and it but desire.
Yeah, I do like that. So this is one of the reasons why I really couldn't teach a Photoshop class, because for me, it's a matter of experimenting and playing around and going, oh, that worked. Crap, how did I do that now? Which is why I usually duplicate the layer before I do something silly. And so what we're going to do here is smart object. Again, duplicate it. But I want to... I really don't hate that. Kind of like that. But I lose the blue. All right, let's try this. To do you. So what I'm doing here is softening the edges by actually blending, making them mostly go away. I don't hate that. For those of you who are wondering, I don't hate that is one of my steps to actually liking what I'm doing. First level is, that's not bad. No, I'm taking that back. First level I think is actually, I don't hate that. And then it's not bad. I kind of like it. Ooh, that's perfect, which by the way means that I'm going to fiddle with it some more. And then finally, yep, that's it. Those are the stages of when I have artwork done. That, yeah. Kind of digging that. You're on. You 72%. Let's move you to 72. So basically what I have here, move you back to 100. Is a double layer. I can pull some interesting effects. I don't hate that. So each of these layer effects show a different part of or interact with things in a different way. All right, I kind of dig that. And yeah, I do need to get rid of the JW Marriott thing at the top there. Let's make this a smart object. trim a little bit more off the bottom here. Oh, yeah, that's better. That's better. That's better. Nope, that's worse. Little bits and pieces. So you're probably wondering at this point, hey Brian, what else are you gonna put on the front? First of all, I need to correct this. That's better. That's a better blue. Well, let me show you who we're going to put on the front. Glad you asked. Let's see here. We are putting... So, Incursion Faeblade is a story about the same team from book one is... there's a Fae massacre in Grand Rapids. There's a Fae nightclub in Grand Rapids where there's a massacre. The Fae, of course, blame humans. Let's face it, they're Fae. And the team is sent in to try and stop a war. We do have that. Dancer is who we're going to put on the cover. Why did she not appear? Hello, I want you. There. Are you kidding me? Should just be a simple layer. Doesn't matter. Oh, that's right. You're RGB, aren't you? Of course you are. Fine. Let's convert you. Except that shouldn't do it. Oh, because I'm trying to transport multiple in. There we go. I don't hate her being that tall. A little bit overwhelming though, because I'm going to have the title somewhere up here. So she needs to be somewhat smaller. I want a little bit more of her. I really want more of her in there. No, I'm not specifically going for a butt shot. However, that came out wrong. I'm not specifically going for a butt shot. I want both swords to appear. And yes, I know the swords look a little bit goofy now. Wait till I play with them. I don't hate that at all. That's about the right size. Pardon me. So we're going to do... Let's see how she looks coming from the other side. Keep in mind that this is the effective edge of the book. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Hang on a second. Here. Oops. I need to see where this is going to stop so that I can figure out how tall she's going to be. Yeah. Okay. You're of course going to come down here and get bigger, but I'm going to worry about you in a little bit. So, now let's do... By the way, in case you're curious, these are all the layers that make up her, including hair, including the swords, including all kinds of things. So that's how I created Dancer, and this image of Dancer fits far better than the other one. Speaking of which, just in case. Let's see here. Now we get to play with the blend modes here. Definitely not. Okay, if she was a ghost, 100%. Oh, if she was a ghost, that'd be the way I'd go. Oh, that'd be so the way I'd go if she was a ghost. I love that coloring. Yeah. Problem with that, Danielle, is I know a few fans of hers that if I actually did end up killing her off, I might die a horrible death myself. Just saying. That doesn't mean I can't. I like that. I like that a lot. Like that. Okay. Now I'm kind of curious if the same thing I did for the last one will work with this one. That'll work. All right. Yeah. I do have more novellas coming up. I could see one or two that would work for. So the fun part is if you convert them to a smart object, then you can what we call rasterize, which is flatten them out. Actually, I don't even need to do that. If you want to, you can rasterize them and keep all the changes that you apply. Let's see here. Filter. Oh, the blue on this, on the grunge is going to have to change. I can tell you that right now. I know it looks weird, but All right, before I do this, I actually do like that. Before I do that, though, I need to make these swords cool. Because right now they're kind of basic and bleh. I want to... look way too plain. Let's do that. Okay. Where's my brushes? We're going to put new layer. Oh, nope. What you? All kinds of brushes. Brushes, brushes. Who's got the brushes? Let's do a fun blue. It's not bad. Where's my brush palette? That's what I want. Am I ever taking notes or just randomly thinking / playing? Oh, I'm 99% of the time I'm just randomly thinking / playing. I occasionally take notes if I find something and I have to do something that's repetitive, that is repeatable. Anyways, this doesn't have to be repeatable. This is just me trying to figure out what I like. And I think if this works right, I know that looks like crap. However, if I do this, nope. I want the hard light, kind of. Actually, let's do this. That's fine. Yeah. Cool. Okay. That's not bad at all. I like how that kind of picked up the blue in there. And if we do something like that, now the downside is I'm covering her face a little bit there. However, I also realize I didn't hit this thing, which is fine. So I can add to that. Change this back. Get that. I covered her face a little bit, so what I'm going to do is add a slight blend mode here, or add a slight thing here, and by making that there, I can step it back a little bit. Step it back in a few places so it's not completely repetitive. Actually, let's change up the size, or the style anyways. All right, let's see here. See, in that case, the swords don't look quite so odd. Now we're going to combine these. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Yeah. Perfect. Now, we go back and we add the filter, which we like. Get the cool overlay effect. Oh, that's not bad at all. Step that down just a bit. Darken. That'll work. Gee. We. Oh, that's what I need. Do this, and I want to so what I'm doing here, it looks like I'm just coloring her in. I kind of am, but I'm kind of not. So at this stage, cool thing is because this is an adjustment layer, I can hide parts of the adjustment layer, or I can... Actually, let's try this. Darken. It's not terrible. Again, if she was a ghost, that works perfectly. What I want to do is I want to give a slight blue tinge to the figure, like we did with the Nightmare cover. That I kind of really dig. And because I want to clear up her face here a little bit, I'm going to, you know what? Now let's leave that. Keep that. Got that on brush. Got that on black, which should reveal color a little bit. Oh, I kind of like that. No, again, I face potential actual death threats if I... Although, to be fair, none of my characters are guaranteed ever to live. Ever. Just because, well, it's no fun that way. Pardon me. Oh, yuck. See, that was one of those patrons who has threatened me, I'm sure. That was a hex. Anyways. I'm kidding, of course. So what I'm doing here is by changing the opacity and fill rate, gives me greater control over how much color I'm revealing on Dancer here. I like that arm being blue back there. Might lighten it just a hair. I'm kind of digging that. Thoughts so far? Anybody want to chime in? Does this say urban fantasy to you? That's a big question. Where's mine? Too much. Too much. This black up here is too uniform gray or whatever dirty blue it is. It's way too uniform to look interesting. So I'm playing with it. That's not bad there. I know I still have to get rid of the JW Marriott too. On the image. I kind of dig that. I kind of really dig that, which I think is stage 3 or 4. So with that being said, let's see here. Cool. Earth 13, thanks. I didn't see that, and Danielle, thanks for keeping up with that. Yeah, I kind of dig that. That's very different. I like it. So now that I've done that, now clean up the bottom like that. Just that little touch of color. I like that, like that, like that. All right, cool. Now, let's figure out the rest of the book. It's only taken us an hour. We might get the Dragonfire today. Maybe. Anyways. First off, let's come down here. One of the things I'm doing is I am dumping the inner glow off of all of this. I'm going to dump the drop shadow because it's, well, I don't need it that strong. Let's come back. Quite a bit, actually. It's so much cleaner already. Dig it, dig it, dig it. You're right. You're right, Amir13. I don't have to dig. I don't have to mess with the hotel. As long as dropping the drop shadow back doesn't cost us that win. That's beautiful. Still definitely the blue bridge. Still all of that. Good eye. Good eye. One less problem to deal with. All right, and you... Getting rid of the inner glow. Getting rid of the pattern overlay because I don't need you. Drop shadow does not need to go that hard. But I do have to figure out how big you need to be. So... This one. You... What size are you? 48. Hey, Smoketail, nice to see you. Well, I'm not worried about them recognizing the hotel. It's the fact that it said JW Marriott on there. They've got too much money and too many lawyers. I don't want to deal with it. However, the Blue Bridge is a landmark, which means I can use that just fine. So, what did I say that was? 48, I think. And of course, it's not centered. Silly me. Why would I actually set things up properly? All right, come on. There we go. There we go. So there's the front of the book. Much cleaner, much less dark. And actually, I will show you. So for a direct comparison, yeah, it's kind of like a smaller version of the Opera Hall in Melbourne, and you know there are some things that if you visited a place, you can point to it and go, "Oh, that's that," which is cool. It's also why I did it. Come on, wakey wakey. You're supposed to be faster than this. Anyways. Wow. There we go. So, old cover on the left, over here. Of course, you can't see that. Let's see if I can move this. There we go. Hey, now you can see both of them. Old cover on the left, new cover on the right. Positive change? Guys, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. What you think? I'm stoked. I think it's much more realistic, and frankly, she looks like the age that she should be, and not this model, which was close. Looks much more, in my opinion, much more urban fantasy as well. Got to have the magic in there. All right, spine. Yes, I have a spine. So does the book. Here we're going to do some other things, but one of the biggest changes, one of the biggest reasons we're doing this, is actually because we're rebranding. So one of the interesting things is we're rebranding Section 28. It's going away for a lot of reasons. Back when I created it, it was not. I was not one-legged, so I wasn't the one-legged GM. But I am now, obviously. I don't like that at all. Too far out. That's the problem. That's better. So, yeah, so we're moving away from the Section 28 brand as a recognizable brand. What's it look like without that? Honestly, it's not that much different. A little bit different. Okay. Which is why we're doing, one of the reasons we're doing rebranding. Second of all, the books needed a refresher. They needed a serious refresher. Ooh. I think that's better. And the reason I have this up here is so I can steal elements from it. Like, for instance, this logo that I already have all the adjustments to. I can put it right, well, there somewhere. Now I have to make it a little bit smaller. I gotta work on those. Perfect. There. So, because this is a, yep, that's what I thought. Dump the pattern. Dump the inner glow. That's what I needed to do. I'll save. Dump it, and voila, that has become much better. Although I need to get rid of the stroke too. Or at least tone it down. That's why I leave stuff as editable as possible, so I can change it when I need to. When I need to, or when I just change my mind. That's so much cleaner. I'm gonna fix the same thing there. B. Pattern. There's the inner glow. Drop the stroke down. Probably drop the drop shadow too. So much cleaner. Yeah, so much cleaner. KBT Volume 2 is still there. That works. Interesting thing is I'm not actually changing any of the copy on the back of the books. I will be changing a few logos around and things, but so the back, I'm leaving the copy the way it is. It's fine. We're leaving the pricing the way it is. Where is it? You're what I need. Drop the pattern. Drop the inner glow. Drop shadow. Oh, still gotta do that. Drop the drop shadow. Because it doesn't need to be that glaring. Inner glow. Definitely don't need that here. I want cleaner. So you notice in the old versions, the World of Incursion logo and the Incursion Legends website, which no longer exists, those things were all matching the overall colors of the cover. Well, that's changing, because that's not actually what the logos are. So let's go to you. Delete all y'all. We're going to grab you. There we go. Huh. Cool. I only need to grab you. There we go. You can tell I'm making my computer work hard because Photoshop is being slow a little bit. Where did I place that? That'll work. Okay. One thing that's bothering me is this blue background does not match, does not pick up the blue. It almost clashes. So, but the back is done. We're going to edit the contents again. So what I'm doing right now is I'm eyeballing the color difference. Which means I'm also going to have to add levels. Dang it. Ooh. Don't hate that. I think there. All right. You. Don't save you. I think that's a little bit better. It's not quite there, though. This is the little itty bitty fiddly work that can sometimes be a pain. There, that's it. And what I'm looking at specifically, if you can follow my mouse here, is this blue here is hitting this one pretty dang close. And so that'll be a tie throughout the back, which then gives us that. All right, I'm kind of happy with that. I'm really happy with that, actually. Very different, very good looking. Wow, an hour and 15 minutes. I spent 10 of that chatting. Nifty. So just for giggles. Don't save that one. You I can close. So what I'm going to do. New. Create. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. RGB. Don't flatten. Looks good. I think it's also going to look good sitting next to the other on the shelf. Which, by the way, part of the reason we put the title at the top is... Yeah, exactly, Danielle. They'll look nice to each other. The reason we put the title at the top is if you've ever seen our display, we're a giant bar. It sits on a shelf with a bar in front, which always covered, the title of the book. I'm okay with covering my name because it's my booth, generally. So I need to cover the books displayed, which is one of the reasons why we moved it to the top as well. So we're going to export as... Nope, I don't want to export as... Faeblade. And yes, I have to go back through and redo all of the interiors, all of that fun stuff, because it all says Section 28 Publishing. Faeblade front cover. Cool. So now you guys have seen the cover. What do you think? Cover reveal? You're now officially the first to have seen the cover of the new cover of Faeblade. I'll leave you there. I like that. I like that a lot. Doesn't mean it can't change, because, well, I'm me. But I like that a lot. We have about 40 minutes left in this. Shall we start with Dragonfire? What do you think? Cover reveal number 2 today? Dragonfire is going to be interesting because I've not completely planned that one out even close to yet. So we'll see how cool that gets. Yeah. All right. All right. Dragonfire. I'm not going to do the omnibus today because, well, I have to first of all get Dragonfire done, but the omnibus reveal will be something else. I have something really fun planned for that. So, where's my, there we go. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I want, is that it? Which one is it? Wow, this thing is being slow today. I think that's it. Yep, that's it. All right, so this is the original Dragonfire, which is kind of cool in a lot of ways. Smoketail, if I did that, I'd lose you guys as well. And that's probably not what we want to do. All right. Yeah. Let's see what we can come up with. First of all, file, save as, so we don't overwrite that version. Oops. I need new folder. Now, all right. So, fun announcement while we're waiting on this to save. I was talking to the dev team. So, if you've been watching our Hidden Worlds Discoveries, first of all, I hope you have because it's been a freaking riot to do. Second of all, we have an interesting plan. And by that, I mean that we are going to start doing a live play again. Which we may be sending out a call to Stump Squad members to potentially do some walk-on rolls, sign-in rolls, show-up rolls, whatever you call a video roll, whatever. But oh shoot, that's not what I wanted. See, I get to talking with you guys. So keep an eye out for that in the Stump Squad stuff. Yeah, walk on, but it's more fun. Smoketail, I figured you would. So right now our plan, and what we do is we do Wednesday nights are our Discoveries nights. We're going to go back to doing those every other week, but in the off weeks, we're going to do a live action role play. It's going to be freaking hysterical. I may or may not be the GM for that. We may get to show off some GMing talents of some of the other dev team folks. And it's going to be a blast. If we do what we're planning to do, you guys are going to love it, frankly. Yeah, you guys are going to love it. So what I need to do, what I'm doing here is I may have a use for that dude. So we'll keep him for now. So, yeah, it's going to be a blast. I don't want to spoil too much. It may involve at times the mysterious, what do we call them? Mysterious Machinations Agency Incorporated from Victorian New Orleans. It may involve them occasionally, and or their newer counterparts, descendants, shall we say. Yeah, Smoketail, it probably will be. Let's see here. Oh, I know what I meant to do. I need... bouncing back and forth between these tabs. Work for books. Yes, Danielle absolutely is correct on that. It's going to be just super fun, frankly. I can't wait. And I'll admit, I'm kind of really stoked about somebody else running it, so I actually get to play. And if I get to play, I know who I'm playing, and it's going to be, yeah, it's going to be that. It's going to be awesome. It may just be throping out in both settings. No Florida man. I'm not sure. I'm crazy. I'm not sure I can pull off that crazy. I'm not sure. Although I will have to channel some inner something or other if I'm going to be doing what we've talked about. But I'll admit, I'm looking forward to playing. Because as forever GM, I don't often get a chance to. All right. What was it? Oh, color. Because we're not doing orange for Dragonfire. Yeah, Florida Man, we are planning potentially to do a one-off, not part of the original series. Because we came up with, on our last Florida Man episode, we came up with 2 potential one-shot ideas. We're going to develop one of them. The other one, we may tuck in our back pocket for later and just have a whole lot of fun. All right, what colors? Stick with yellow, maybe? See if I can find yellow somewhere. There. That's not a bad yellow. That's not terrible. Let's go with that one. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. For now, anyways. I had an iffy plan. Yeah. No, I need to do something else to that. I don't know this by now. Come on, Brian. All right. Let's do that. And now the mix of filters. And if this doesn't work well, I have another dragon planned out, but I hope my idea works. Knock on wood. You know how that goes. Yeah, that gives it a little bit more, a little bit softer feel. Now let's go back to our line and ink, which gives it the definition that we. Me likey lots. All right. Now let's see if this does what I want it to do. Also, I might have to do that again. Dang near got it all. Nope. Let's do this. Yeah, there's way too much there. Ooh. Like that. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Obviously I'm playing into the dragon, more into the dragon aspect of it, but like I said, I have plans. And I don't hate that it's pulling from Witcher or some of the other traditional fantasies. Oh, I like that it pulled in some of the smoke. Yeah, that'll work. That will work. Perfect. Yeah, and it's not going to be quite that stark. It's going to be... I have thoughts. Now, I may end up going in a very different direction. And I appreciate the you pointing that out, Danielle. I really appreciate that. Now we can run it through the filter process. Which should give us the look that we're looking for. Has the music been less annoying this time around? Or do I just need to kill it for future Sundays? Good. I think I got it at the right volumes. That's what I wanted. There we go. That's what I wanted. This may go horribly wrong, but whatever. Look. I like the blending for most of it, but I don't like how that cut out. Dang it. When thoughts go wrong. That's fine. This, by the way, is why, as always, I make copies. This I can drag over here. Something right about there. Before I do this, do what I did before. There. Down. Somewhere in there. All right, cool. Oh. Automod again. All right. Let's do... Your light, yeah. Nope, nope, nope. Don't like that. I may not be able to use this dragon image. Not for what I want. Alright. I don't like that. So let's look. There we go. Once again, we'll turn off AI. This is an interesting problem to have. Finding the right image that I can take part of the image and play with it some. That's not a bad dragon. Yeah. I think I can play with that one. It's a 3D render, so it's not AI. Should have looked to see what else he had. No, no. I think I got the best one. Cool. Now we'll play with it. What do you mean it's used by? Boy, that was weird. All right. First thing I gotta do is make it look good. Once again, follow the steps. No, I like line and ink better, or Van Gogh better. That is really weird, Danielle, because it's showing that it's playing. Of course, after Wednesday, I can't trust anything that's on the freaking software. Wow. No. No. All right, I'm confused. Anyways. Oh, okay. So it must have been in your system settings then? That's fine, because all it's designed to do is be a little bit of background music. First of all, dump you. Okay, I kind of really dig that now. Don't worry, I'm going to get rid of the little dude. Because he doesn't fit. Oops, wrong way. Oh. Oh. That's turned out better than I thought it would. Make sure our dragon's actually where it needs to be. Yes. Cool. All right. Oops, meant to do that. Okay. First of all, I dig that. Dig that. Let's go down here. Attach you here. Attach you there. There we go. Yeah. I'm going to do this the same treatment we did before. Similar treatment anyways. Oh, wow. I'm kind of really digging that. I don't know about you guys. There. G to make it a group. Planning on adding another element in here. But honestly, it's pretty sick in and of itself. Oh. Oh, that's an interesting effect. Oh, no, that's what I do. Okay, hang on a second. Oh, yeah. See if I can do this right. Move the dragon. It's fine. Dang, it didn't happen the way I wanted it to. All right. So it's now about 6 o'clock. It's almost 6 o'clock. Which means it's almost time for me to stop. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree, Danielle. I have an idea. And I'm not going to tell y'all. So let me pop out of here. Let's see here. Alrighty. So sorry about that. Looks like I locked up there for a second. Hopefully I'm still live. If not, that would be a really abrupt way to end, which is not what I wanted. All right. So, yeah. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it. It's been fantastic. Thank you for the input. I really appreciate everything you've done. And at this point, I am going to go ahead and sign off. It's now just past 6. And we'll go from there. So we'll see you Wednesday for Hidden Worlds Discoveries, starting about 8 o'clock. And we'll be following up. We'll be creating a one-shot with Florida Man and Florida Woman and the 80s RV park from Hades. Oh, geez. Did I just make up that? Danielle, did I just make up the title for that? Anyways. Yeah, fun. So with all that, we will see you folks later. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. And